If you can prove God isn't working through me, then I'll believe it's real. From my woolly hair and big bronzy feet to my hatred of Israel, if you can pass over my meal, denying my confirmation, I swear to God I will repeal my devilish condemnation. Just look at my beautiful face and tell me I'm not heaven sent. And me not believing in spaceman fits in with the firmament tent. You deny since you are hell-bent on insisting that Earth is a globe. And like giving up breathing for Lent, well, I hope this makes your head explode.
Oh, that's
Prove
so
God's
cool.
not a TBG
Back and forth.
fan. Prove it doesn't want you sharing this song. Prove that Guy Williams isn't the man that your God's using to prove you wrong. Prove the fit hitting the sham doesn't prove that your God is pissed. If you can prove I'm not God's plan, then I'll say that's proof it exists.
I'll go. How's it going, man?
What
This song
proof
sounds
you
great,
have
doesn't it?
God doesn't hate all religion.
In a new
You
car.
were born bad and that you need to be forgiven by those
Finally have a phone, a car that can have the phone go through the system.
Constantly,
Man, my music sounds good through this shit.
Let them tell you your worth. But how can you be sure that your God's a big fan of Israel's psychotic work or America bombing Japan?
Are they going to let us communicate today?
How do you know? Can you prove?
I don't know. Yeah, seems like it. Can you hear me?
Prove God's not a TBG fan. Prove it doesn't want you sharing this song. Prove that Guy Williams isn't the man that your God's using to prove you wrong. Prove the fit hitting the shan doesn't prove that your God is pissed. If you can prove I'm not your God's plan, then I'll say that's proof it exists.
God, I'm sorry. I haven't heard my shit like this.
Christians, Jews, and Scientologists, but all the African nonsense you don't know exists. All the focus this system demands. Horse-sized locust with the face of a man. Can you prove that the hand of God
What'd it do?
is writing?
Pimp soup, pimp sandwich?
Thunder and lightning, you're finding so frightening, you're perfect, man.
What it is, what it do, man? God, I see these guys on fucking, you know, brr, what up, brr, what it do, man? This boy, man, brr, brr. My mother, I got these diamonds on my neck, man. Brr. What the fuck? Do you understand that I could make all of the money in the world? I could literally just make it all. I could be the richest guy in the world, and you would never see me with any sort of jewelry on. The tell is in the name. It's jewelry. Like it's fucking ridiculous.
Meaning 6 astrological signs came together to make God, son of God, and Mary, daughter of Joseph and Margaret Magdalene.
What tone changed? Are you just being stupid? Don't be stupid. I thought you were being
like your good book said.
Yes. Jewelry.
TBG.
There's a reason why black people have been tricked into giving all of the money back. You get a big, nice fucking check for something good that you do or something, whatever. And you're like, okay, well, let me go give half of it back. Tiny rocks that I couldn't sell for to as much when I decide to. They're not rare, even a little bit. And they're just shiny fucking rocks.
Beat it down and out. beat you down to beat them down. And I'll beat you down to beat them down. And I'll beat you down to beat them down. Beat them down. Beat them down. And I'll beat you down to beat them down.
Oh, I've been waiting for this for such a long time.
And I'll beat you down to beat them down. Beat them down.
Oh, we just lost all our viewers. Just like that.
First of all, Free J. He's a hero among us sandwiches. The game these donkeys play means the...
No, I have an extra like. I just got an extra like, and I have no viewers. Where did that like come from?
The predilection is so cancerous that they should all be dead. So it's time to paint them red. No excuses are accepted. And since that provides the best show, Jay needs to be protected from...
Now we have 6. Okay. My handler told me to check on you. Well, I mean, you can make the jokes all you want. Wouldn't surprise me. You still have your foreskin? Of course not. My parents were stupid. They were just, I mean, my parents were 20 when they had me. They were just dumbass kids in the fucking 70s. Nobody knew. That's what you're told to do. People didn't know to question things back then. Anybody, like, if you're alive and it's today and you still get your kids circumcised, you're a piece of shit. Trust in Jesus or go to hell. Oh, yeah? Oh, yeah? Jesus isn't real. Why do you believe in the Jewish fairy tale bullshit? You know it's all Jewish, right? Like, if you just say, yeah, all Jewish fairy tale, but I believe anyway, well, that's one thing. When you...
When you come across a pedo, kick him in the dick, don't slap him in the head, no, in the dick, black and white or the bone, kick him in the dick, even if they got for bread, yo, kick him in the dick.
Because he's my personal Lord and Savior. Sounds pretty arrogant to me.
No, kick him in the dick.
But see, again, like, this is the same. It doesn't matter what Christian profile comes through. They're always going to say the same dumb shit. They don't think for themselves to begin with, so they can't actually have an argument or a conversation outside of the pre-programmed shit. Whether they realize it or not, they're reading scripts, but that's all they ever do. It's like the most stupidity you can imagine. Why do you believe in this? Because that's my Lord and Savior. Why do you think that's real? Because the Bible said so. Like, it's just dumb. Open-minded, what's going on? Just been catching up in the last few videos. The AI video, very interesting to say the least. Yes, Jesus is the king of the world. Oh, is he? You know, Jesus is dead, right? What do you believe? I believe in humans. And I believe the Goyim need to unify, get over all the chosen distractions and chosen divisions like religion, and make our lives the best lives they can be. So the people after us have better lives than we did. Have you been paying attention to the Turning Point PSYOP? Yeah, bits and pieces with, like, yeah. He's performed miracles in my life. I'm so glad you said that. Give me one. Give me one miracle. You said miracles, so there's more than one. Give me one miracle that can only be attributed to God. Like, you're tied to the train tracks. The train's coming. There's nothing you can do. You finally just say, fuck it, I give up. The train's going to hit me. God, take care of me. You close your eyes, and when you open your eyes, you open them because you hear the train going by you, and you're on the side of the road. That is a fucking miracle. But I can't wait to hear what kind of dumbass bullshit you say is a miracle. The hand of God. They can never reclaim someone who has left Christianity, Judaism, quite possibly the most evil. Judaism created Christianity. Why don't you guys get that?
Team Jorge pushes more hate than your fake and goofy God. The force they use to score faith at its core is just a facade. Team Jorge pushes more hate than your fake and goofy God. The force they use to score faith at its core is Israeli bots.
have an egg without the chicken. Really? So what made the chicken? See, I love when like religious people go with this argument. Well, you can't have something from nothing. So what created God? There was always God. You realize how stupid you sound? Like, you sound stupid. Don't you get it? You would call anybody else saying the same things, but using different goofy names, you would say they were stupid. If somebody told you that, if somebody said, oh yeah, well, you know, you can't have something from nothing, so it all had to be created by an all-knowing creator. We call it Allah. You would say, what? Well, then what created Allah? Oh, Allah was always there. That's stupid. You're stupid. Too much ego. Oh, yep, it's too much ego because I'm pointing out the holes in your shit. I should just be a good dumb sheep like you and have no ego, not be proud of myself for anything, not know what I'm good at or what I should just give up and believe the same stupid shit you do. So fucking lame. It's just so lame that you can't do anything better than this. The Alpha and the Omega. Yeah, okay. Based on what? The thing most get wrong on it would be if there were nothing, there wouldn't have been physical law. What? There wouldn't have been? Look at, these are your average Christians, right? Like, this is how the Christian argument goes. Literally, it's just dumb as hell, and they ignore everything. I don't like what you're saying, so I'm going to ignore it. Whereas every point you make, I address them. You don't address any of the points I make. She's becoming the epitome of Jewish influence and turning point. If she didn't have blonde hair, you'd be like, oh yeah, that's a Jewish broad. If she had her normal hair color, you'd be like, yeah, obviously, Jewish broad. But because she has blonde hair, it's like a disguise. It's really weird. No physical law in absolute nothingness would mean absolutely anything. Dude, come on. Stop trying to sound smart. You're not. I was agreeing with you, Grumpy. I was saying you can't have Christianity without Judaism. Right. Yeah, they go together. Right. What does that have to do with it? I mean, that's the point. Like, you know, if you see the comments that I'm getting and you see then you understand why I'm, you know, I don't just jump on whatever. Oh, yeah, you're right. Let's see. I addressed that he saved me from a life. Oh, how did I know? I didn't want to say it because I didn't want to, you know, didn't want you to then deny. I knew for a fact that you were going to say it had something to do with either drinking or drugs. I thought it would be drinking. But so you're saying God sat there right next to you, watching you do drugs, being addicted, and then what? Because I guarantee when you finally got sober, it wasn't the first time you got sober. I guarantee there were many, many times where you were praying that God would help you get sober and help you out of it, and God didn't help. So if you got sober, God had nothing to do with it, you dumbass. But again, look at it. He didn't say children from a pedo ring, because you've literally never heard the story of a cop driving down the street when Jesus just appears next to him and says, never mind the laws and protocols, go kick down that door and save those children. And so the cop, you know, being a Christian, goes and kicks down the door and busts a pedo ring. Literally, that's never happened in the history of God. And yet you want to be like, well, I stopped doing drugs, so that's the God of the universe doing that. What an arrogant piece of shit thing to say. What an arrogant while children are starving to death, while the Israelis are starving people to death, but children, and dropping bombs on them, while there are people all over the world starving, not by their own choice. You did drugs by your own fucking choice. There are people, there are children that just happen to have parents who had sex in a different area than the United States. And your God loves it. Loves watching them starve to death and die because, you know, that's all part of his plan. You know how arrogant, what an arrogant piece of shit you are? You are one ignorant fool, and I hope God is with you, blah, blah, blah. Oh, you hope God is with me? If we ever cross paths, what you gonna do, tough guy? You gonna fight like a good Christian because I'm saying words you don't like? Wow, you definitely are proving the power of Jesus, huh? You don't agree with me, so I'm gonna fight you. I hope God is with you if we ever cross paths, because I'm little and I have a tiny penis, and that makes me want to fight all the time. What a fucking piece of shit you are. You are a piece of shit. Survivor to believer. You know the worst part is, he's mad at me because I'm like, yeah, you did it. You did it. God didn't fucking make you do anything. You did all by yourself. God left you to fucking suffer. God left you to suffer through all sorts of horrible, horrible things. And you did it. You were like, fuck that, God sitting next to me watching me do drugs. I'm big enough, better, and smart enough and good enough that I can quit doing this horrible, horrible thing. And now you want to give all your credit to God because you're a fucking dumbass. You're a piece of shit fucking dumbass. That's what you are, survivor to believer. You're a dumb shit. Stop doing hard drugs without the help of God. Yeah, Algo stopped doing it. Why? Because Algo was strong about it. I promise you that guy isn't joking, LOL. You think life is a game behind the screen. Blah, 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 blah. DTs ain't no joke, and we were cursing God the whole time. Yep. Yeah, getting through fucking detox is the worst. And God lets people die all the time going through it. What's wrong with this guy? He seems unhappy. He doesn't like pedophilia or genocide. What's wrong with this guy? Good job, Saint Andrew. What kind of arrogant piece of shit calls himself Saint Andrew Pierre? I'm a saint. I'm a saint. What an arrogant piece of shit you are. Christianity is the epitome of arrogance. Yeah, no, there's this God that controls the universe, and it has a plan for everything. But if I give some money to the church and I tithe, because God doesn't answer prayers, if I tithe, then I can get that God to change its mind. I love the people that are like, I have a relationship with God. God spoke to me last night. What do you think God's saying to all those children that are buried beneath the rubble of a building that's been dropped on them because Israel dropped yet another bomb on the safe house they were in, on the shelter that they found because their original house had been destroyed. So they were hiding out in this empty building, and then Israel dropped it with a bomb. And now they're not dead. And they're underneath the rubble for like 2-3 days until they finally starve to death. What do you think God tells those children? Oh, wait, you're not going to address that, right? Because that's not convenient for your fucking delusion. This guy needs help, says Saint Andrew. Yep, I am very upset that children get raped. And all of you arrogant Christians pretend like your God exists so that you can avoid the responsibility of doing something about it. Yeah. All that drug consumption has fried your brain. Yep, my brain's fried because I don't believe in Sky Daddy. Yeah, it sounds like I have the fried brain here. Wait, you don't believe in the make-believe Sky Daddy? You don't have a brain. So what's the proof that Christianity is right and Islam is wrong. And really, the way that you believe about things, how can you prove that God doesn't hate your religions, because they constantly rape children and oppress people? How can you prove that your God who hates these religions isn't the one working through me right now? How can you prove that?
I'm gonna fly.
Allah is great. Oh, you're a priest. Ew. Ew. So you either rape kids or you turn a blind eye to it. Which one is it? I want to help you. Oh, you're disrespecting people you don't know. Fuck you too, you piece of shit. It's your YOU''RE, you dumbass. Like, you are disrespecting. Not your, it belongs to you disrespecting. Wow, are you stupid? Are you a declared saint? Oh yeah, through the church. What's that got to do with Christianity? Judaism is Christianity. Christianity is the control scheme, and then Judaism is a control scheme, and they created Christianity for all the dumb Goyim. Just like Islam. They're all the Abrahamic religions for a reason. Mate, take a chill pill. You're saying things I'm not smart enough to answer or argue with, so just stop saying them. Jesus ain't coming back. He got slid on. That's evil Satan's work. Oh, so your God lets Satan do things all the time? Or is it Satan is really sneaky and sneaks up behind God and he starts fucking around, and then God turns around real quick and Satan gets around his back, and they just keep doing that little circle like, cartoons? Is that what you're saying? How come God allows your Satan to do so many horrible things? Maybe Satan is not the way, blah, blah, blah. Shut up with your Satan. I'd watch your mouth, bro. You think people in contact with you, watch your mouth, bro. You think people in contact with you. What are you even talking about, you moron? I'm sorry you're a moron. That's not my fault. Nobody gives a fuck, man. Well, apparently a lot of people do, actually, right now. Seems like there's a lot of people who are giving a fuck about what I'm saying. They're crying pretty substantially. Why are you saying shit I'm too stupid to fucking say for myself? Yep, Caroline says I have issues because I think we should end pedophilia and genocide. What kind of fucked up person says that? So you hate Christianity but love Islam? See, this is how you know this saint, this saint is a fucking dumbass. Right? Even the saint is making up dumb shit because he can't make any reasonable arguments. You're a goddamn saint, according to you, and that's the best you can do? So you like Islam? Yeah, because that's what I said. If you don't like America, leave it. Yeah, that's the whole premise of America, right? It's not that if you don't like it, you have the freedom and the freedom to say something and the ability to do something. That's not America. You should just leave it. If you don't accept white supremacy and Christianity, you should leave. I'm not smart enough to make any better arguments than that. So just leave. Keep coming with it, dumbasses. Let's see what you got. I'm here to help you. And then start helping. Answering the questions, dumb shit. This is an example of a miserable soul and why people need the joy of the Lord. Yes, this is an example of a miserable soul because, again, I'm opposed to the church that constantly rapes children. Notice how I keep addressing the points being made and not one of these fucking cowards addresses what I'm saying? What makes more sense from a logical standpoint? Neither one. They're the same thing, you dumbass. I dislike religion in general. The morals and values preached are often good. Some of them are. Well, you think you should cut baby penises? You think you should kill disobedient children? You think you should, give your money to some fake ass child molesting organization? Oh, this guy there, blah blah. Okay, here comes the saint now. Let's hear some of his saintly advice. This guy thinks he's a genius, but he's clearly struggling with life. He needs help, and I will pray for him. Why don't you pray? Don't waste your fucking bullshit prayers on me. Why don't you pray that your church stops raping children, you piece of shit? Notice how when I said he either rapes children or he knows people that do and covers it up, he completely avoided that one, didn't he? The good old saint. There's no supernatural Satan. And are you driving seriously? No, I'm not. I have a driver. Without necessarily stopping. Shut the fuck up. I won't pray for him. He's just stupid. There's another Christian for you. There's your Christian. Not smart enough to actually, and this is a female. So as a female, you're not a big fan of 1 Timothy 2:12, huh? Hey, Saint, why don't you tell her what 1 Timothy 2:12 says about women? So stupid. Oh no, not Barry Goldstein. Fuck Barry Goldstein. He's a pedo too. Oh, I'm away to watch paint dry. I'm away to watch paint dry. What a dumbass. Again, a straight up. You notice how not a single Christian has made a single decent point? Why is that? Why do all of these Christians, instead of like pointing out the good things that Christianity does, instead of telling me exactly what I'm wrong about or anything like that, why do the Christians just keep crying about, nah, this guy's not very nice. Man, this guy's crazy. He thinks we should stop pedophilia. He's crazy. Not one of them actually makes a reasonable point. I'm going to pray for you. You know all, but truly know nothing, right? No, I know plenty. Hey, I'm Jewish and I love your streams. Well, I hate you. I fucking hate you. Everything about you, I hate you. You're a pedophile by belief. Metzitzia is unacceptable. It's just unacceptable. And anybody that believes in the cult that practices and or supports metzitzia is a pedophile cult member piece of shit. Where are all you friars out there demanding that metzitzia be ended? Where is it? Where's that public movement? Grok told us yesterday about how there isn't one. Never has been. You guys all just support it. Oh, here comes the saint with some more shit talk because he's not smart enough. Poor guy, such an intelligent person whose pain is holding him back. What kind of dumbass gaslighting bullshit is that? I get it. You're a pedophile. You're a pedophile priest. We get it. You're trying to make up for the fact that you do some really horrible shit, you piece of shit. But why don't you stop gaslighting and tell me what I'm getting wrong? Just pick one thing. Pick one thing that I've gotten wrong and point to that. Then why everyone needs Jesus. Everyone needs Jesus so they don't condemn pedophilia and genocide. Yeah, that makes sense, doesn't it? Blah, 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 blah. Good moral values, not Jesus or Allah. Right, it's bullshit. Why don't you close your eyes and let Jesus take the wheel? Well, why don't Christians do that? because they know that shit's not real. Poor driver, imagining listening to Guy the Dwarf. This is a priest. This is the guy that identifies himself as a saint, and he would look up to me. I guarantee the priest, the saint, the virgin weirdo is smaller than I am. It's in every religion dogma crap. Yep. You give humans a bad name. Yeah, you guy who stands up and speaks out against genocide and pedophilia. You give humans a bad name. I love it, man. It's so fucking crazy. Like this just shows you exactly what I'm talking about. Why would anyone want to believe in a belief structure that the saint, the guy that identifies himself as a saint, is this fucking stupid and petty? He's a petty, stupid piece of shit who can't make a single reasonable argument, reasonable anything for why he supports this pedophile bullshit. And he wants to pretend like I'm the bad guy. I'm the dwarf. Yep. The saint, the guy that identifies himself as a priest, just said, poor driver, imagine listening to Guy the Dwarf in the same car, because, I have a driver and he's smart enough to believe that. The priest, the saint, doesn't that sound like such a saint, like a good person? Doesn't that sound like somebody that's walking in the footsteps of the Lord? Fucking weirdo virgin. 1 Timothy 2:12. Got to get that right. Is a great verse. I follow it. Right. You no doubt you do. That I permit no woman to speak or have authority over a man. She is to keep silent. I bet you love that, don't you? But then again, you don't even like women that much, do you? You're a fan of little boys.
Gross.
Oh, Survivor to Believer now says his mommy and daddy neglected him. Because again, this is the guy that said God helped him through addiction. And so when I said, no, you did it all by yourself, you're awesome, he got mad. He got mad at me for telling him he did good. Can you imagine being that stupid? Now Saint's going to say, guy needs to get married and start a family. He needs purpose. See? See how dumb the average Christian is? He just can't make a reasonable argument, so he just keeps trying to say like crazy, dude, don't even read the comment. He's just talking to himself like a moron. Obviously, stopping pedophilia is a positive. Gee, it sure took you a long time to say that. The hopping on a pedestal over having a stance or aiming for it is done like, what? What pedestal are you talking about now, dumbass? And if we're going to stop pedophilia, don't you think that starts in the church? Shouldn't the church be the safest place in the world? Why isn't the church the safest place in the world? Look at this. Now they're saying, crash, come join my synagogue. Why would I ever go to your pedophile synagogue? Gross. I wouldn't leave Guy above alone with kids in my church. That's for sure. Oh, now we have the saint again is back to gaslighting. The guy that's whole thing is about ending the pedophilia in the church is now saying it's me. Yup. Good job, priest. Seriously, if this is not the best feed I've had in a very long time. Because again, we have a goddamn identified priest. Now, I don't know if you can believe that, but he calls himself Saint Andrew. He literally calls himself a saint. And this is the best that he can do.
You make yourself a saint.
Saint Andrew Pierre. I suggest everybody find out what parish this piece of shit belongs to, and call and point out the fact that one of their priests is trolling the internet, being very, judgmental and name calling and
One of those new age non-denominations.
no, I think he looks like an old guy. He looks old in his picture. Bro makes no point, but gonna act like he made a point. Right. There's no point when I say we should end pedophilia. Huh. No point there. For real, this guy is an idiot. Yep. The guy that thinks we should kill pedos and overthrow the Friar control scheme. The guy who doesn't believe in Sky Daddy. Oh, Sky Daddy. He's watching all the good things I do, and then Sky Step Uncle Bad Guy, he's down below. And Sky Daddy lets him do lots of really bad things. No money, no girlfriend, no friends. This is what happens. Yep. Just think. All of this crybaby shit talk, instead of just making simple points as to why their God, their religion is real. This is all they can do. Yeah, the Jews are the worst. You guys are the worst pedophile nonsense. Like the metzitzia and all that, you're just disgusting. I love just removing this guy because I know he keeps trying, and I love that he puts in effort, and I get to fuck it up. You're evil. Oh, now I'm evil. I'm evil. I'm evil. I think we should kill pedos. I'm evil. Those are definitely some variables in would say that aren't unintelligent, though there's a lot more variables. Is there? Are there a lot more variables? Really? I would never come to your synagogue. Why would I ever put myself in such a dangerous position? Surrounded by pedophiles, psychotic, genocidal pedophiles. Why would I ever go to a synagogue? Are you fucking insane? Especially since you, the representative, can't even make any reasonable points. Oh, let's see what else the saint has. Have you ever experienced a miracle, guy? Obviously not. No, I'm not arrogant enough to say that the God of the universe stopped what it was doing so it could help me. Oh, I couldn't help me get through the drugs that I was purposefully doing, that I chose to do. I'm choosing to do drugs, so God's gonna not help the children in Palestine. God's gonna not help all those children getting raped in the church. God's gonna help me through my addictions. Come on, Saint Doofus, tell us about your miracle. Tell us about your selfish miracle, how you witnessed something selfish. Well, I had all these urges to rape children, and I did it a lot, but then I stopped for like the last 2 weeks, thanks to God. Right, Saint? What's his problem? I hate pedophilia, slavery, religious dominance, genocide. Yeah, I have a few, actually. Dude, nobody wants to come to their church. You get beat up. Do you understand how fucking ridiculous you sound?
Why would a good Christian beat anybody up?
Right. And actually, we're talking about a synagogue, which isn't a church. So know your role and shut your mouth. This dumbass is saying come to the synagogue. But I've already had this. This is now the second Christian to threaten me with violence because he doesn't like my words. Because I ask questions he's not smart enough to answer or ask. So I must be a bad guy. This is what a libtard. That stands for somebody that wants liberties, right? Liberties, isn't that what America is founded on, is liberties?
Calling people retarded, which is no longer politically correct.
It never really was.
No, but...
But again, that's what the Christian brings to the table. You see what I mean? This is how smart Christians are. Again, notice how not one of these Christians, especially the one that identifies as a priest, calls himself Saint Andrew Pierre, has addressed a single point I've made, and instead they just keep crying. Let's keep going. Still rolling with industrial human trafficking and not being held and charged. Yep, that's the Jews. He's calling himself a libtard. Oh, yeah? Is that what I'm doing? You've been walking around your house, tripping like a maniac for 2 months. Time to reset, buddy. Yep, time to reset. Look at all these people that are acting like I'm a bad guy because I think we should kill pedos and overthrow the people that are committing genocide right now, that are stealing all of our money and giving it to Israel, that are training all of the ICE agents. You guys, all of you stupid crackers out there, you don't understand that what you're seeing from ICE is exactly what Israel's been doing the whole time. Are you on drugs? Says the friar. The friar cannot come up with anything. Friar, why is metzitzia buffet okay? Come on, address the fucking questions. What about the bottom of darkness? What about the ritualistic sexual abuse that is rampant in Israel? Nope, liberty is for ships. No, liberties. Life and liberties and the pursuit of happiness. Yeah, you're a dumbass. I'm just curious if you like anything. Nope, I hate everything. I hate you. I hate sleeping. I hate you, cat. I hate this blunt. I hate my eyelids. They're closed. I hate them. Speaking facts, yes. What's your location? Oh, are you going to come get me, Christian? Are you going to come get me, survivor to believer? He said, well, I sure hope God is with you if we ever cross paths. I love how all of these little...
So, wait. In that situation, does God have to choose between the two of you? And if he does, who's he going to choose and why?
Oh, he's going to choose the Christian because the Christian gives his church monies. I just love how all these little bitty white dudes think that, like, they're just going to come up to me and be like, they're going to look down on me. What do you think that the chances are that any of these fuckers are bigger than me? Like, from a national standpoint, I'm in like the 90th percentile. The chances of you being bigger than me are none. Oh, sweet. We have somebody using the schizophrenia thing.
It could be fatter.
Right. Taller. Bigger.
Fat.
Well, we have the typical friar schizophrenia. This is what schizophrenia looks like. Take your meds. Take your meds. This is what the Secure Community Network tells us to say.
Have you ever met somebody that has schizophrenia?
Yeah, they're just like me, right? Right? They're spitting out facts and quoting Bible,
Right.
quote. Yeah, that's what they're doing.
Look it up, jackasses.
But they don't know what schizophrenia is. This is literally what the Secure Community Network teaches the friars to say. The Secure Community Network, 90% of American friars are within this Secure Community Network. There's literally nothing else that's that cohesive. And they raise around $2 billion annually to distribute to friar communities. Hey, so the friars called. They said they're coming for you tonight when you go to sleep. Oh, look at that. We have more dumbassery because you're too stupid. I would lean towards this is what stimulant addiction looks like. Yup. Stimulant addiction, all right. Just because people say shit you don't like in a passionate way doesn't make them schizo. Understand, this is something that if you're new here, it's going to be new to you. But if you pay attention and you look at any random civilian, any regular person that starts talking about Israel or the friars, they're going to get multiple comments in their comment section that says, oh, this is schizophrenia. You need to take your meds. You're like mental illness. And the thing is, because they can't make any reasonable arguments, because they can't back up their own beliefs in any reasonable, intelligent way, they've literally been taught that the thing that you say over and over again is that the person you're dealing with has mental issues. You try to focus on mental issues. And this goes all the way back to the auto-emancipation pamphlet. Here, I'll read it to you. So, okay, so auto-emancipation is a pamphlet written in German, anonymously. It was anonymously published in German by Russian, Polish, Jewish doctor. And he was only a doctor because, as the narrative says, he had gone through law school and done everything he needed to do to become a lawyer, but they weren't allowed to practice law. The Jews weren't allowed to practice law, so he just decided to be a doctor instead. Because that's just how things work. You know, it's not like being a lawyer or being a doctor requires an incredible amount of schooling and, time and all that. No. When you're a friar, you just decide those things. So, Jewish doctor and activist Leon Pinsker in 1882. So when you hear people talk about the Balfour Declaration, which is really the Rothschild Declaration, but the Balfour Declaration is not until 1916. This is in 1882. It is considered a founding document of modern Jewish nationalism and Zionism. Because what most of you don't understand is that there's something called proto-Zionism. And that's before this. Modern Jewish nationalism, especially Zionism. Now, look at the first argument, okay? The first place this goes to. You read this opening statement, and then you go to the first paragraph, just below it. Pinsker discusses the origins of anti-Semitism and argued for friar self-rule and the development of a friar national consciousness. He wrote that friars would never become equal to non-friars until they had a state of their own. He called on friar leaders to convene and address the problem. In the pamphlet, he describes anti-friar attacks as a psychosis, a pathological disorder, and an irrational phobia. Do you understand? So for well over 100 years, almost 150 years at this point, for well over 100 years, the main go-to thing whenever somebody questions Judaism, questions anything about their disgusting practices, their pedophilia, their predilection for pedophilia, anything, their immediate go-to is, oh, you have mental problems. This guy's got mental issues. This guy's crazy. He's delusional. He has schizophrenia. Did you take your meds? That's literally all you'll ever see. They're not going to sit here and be like, no. We're good because of this. We're good because of that. We bring this to the world. We make the world a better place because of this or that or whatever. You'll never see that. Why? Because they literally can't. The reason why they try to make you the gaslight because that's really their only option, is to gaslight. This person's crazy. He's saying stuff that we don't like. He's exposing truth about us, so he's crazy. And we all know in our society, the last thing you want to be labeled is crazy, right? But this is all they have. Here we go with the priest again, the pedo priest. Guy, you need to find peace. This pain is eating away at your soul. What a dumbass. Sorry, I'm not like you. I don't have a bunch of guilt for raping children. I don't have a bunch of guilt for covering up for my fellow pedophile priests. You goofy ass virgin. He's sensitive about being called crazy. Yes, I sure am. Don't you call me crazy. No, I can just make a lot better arguments than any of you can. Notice how, again, I'm quoting facts. I'm going off of, and I only go off of the narrative that they want us to know. Right? So a big part of this, a big part of the comment section is going to be one of two things. The first thing is going to be the actual people. And the actual people are going to be similar to what is called ACT.IL, a locked up page, so no excuses. ACT.IL was a social networking service used by supporters of Israel to support online, quote, anti-Israel content, such as the Boycott, Divestments, and Sanctions Movement, BDS. Its activities were referred to as a, quote, online propaganda campaign and, quote, a virtual situation room for pro-Israel experts. ACT.IL, pay attention, directed its users to missions to like, comment on, and share pro-Israel material on social media. It also asked users to flag, report, and respond to criticisms of Israel. Users were guided how to respond, which might entail writing a reply using the provided talking points. Schizophrenia, right? That's schizophrenic. That's delusional. You have mental problems. Blah, 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 blah. Answer this. The guy that's on here that's identifying himself as a priest, how come at no point has he condemned the pedophilia? How come at no point is he condemning the genocide that's taking place right now, where actual Christians are being killed left and right? A lot of Palestinians are Christians. Why is the pedophile priest so silent about that? What is he reading? Hassan Piker's logs? Yeah, it's called Wikipedia, you dumb shit. By completing missions, listen to this. Users earned points, unlocked badges, which are prizes, and had their scores displayed on leaderboards. So, essentially, they made trolling into a real-life video game with real-life prizes. We don't know what those prizes are. New TV with a certain amount of points, new car, trip to Israel, whatever it may be. But it's literally in black and white right here on a page that can't be edited. It says it right there. Now, there's another part. I said there was two parts, right? The first part is that, let's see. What's wrong with being a virgin? Why should anyone listen to somebody who has no life experience? The fact that a virgin gives marital advice is, maybe that's why we live in a country that's so full of divorce and wrecked families and all that shit. Because the vast majority of those people that get divorced are Christians. And maybe it's because Christians, Catholics, they get their fucking advice from insane, goofy virgins. What kind of lunatic overrides biological urges to worship something that doesn't exist? It doesn't even exist. You're just one of 3 Abrahamic religions. The bottom two, being Islam and Christianity, are the servants for the Jews, for Judaism. And at least the Muslims don't preach it. The Christians are so stupid that they believe that the bad guys in the Bible, because Satan's barely in the Bible, the true bad guys in the Bible, which really all of the main characters in the Bible are Jewish, but the main bad guys in the Bible are the children of Abraham. They're the ones that supposedly killed Jesus, killed Christian God's only begotten son. And yet somehow those people are Christian God's favorite chosen people. How does that even begin to make sense? Look at this shit. Look at how they just have to. None of these people, not one of these people can actually address the points being made. That should really wake you up, right? Like any of you on here that might be on the fence. Just look at what's happening. Why do all these people that identify as Christian come across like such assholes? Why can none of them make any sort of reasonable, intelligent points? And why do they all just, revert to like crybaby? Nah, you're saying words I don't like. Why don't they just pick a thing that I'm wrong about and then focus on that? Tell me exactly what I'm getting wrong. Because they can't, right? They can't. Look at how stupid they are. The point is Jesus Christ, the King. Like, see what I mean? Do you see how stupid this person is? This person is actually one of the people that was here from the beginning, right? From the beginning of this feed. And he started with that bullshit. So now he's circled all the way back around to saying the same dumb shit. Like he's so insecure, such a brittle little, frail little man that he has to have his given belief structure or else he just crumbles. You guys are insane. And again, what about the part where it's all Jewish fairy tales? You just want to keep skipping over that? You will see for yourself. Oh, are you coming? Are you coming to get beat up, Christian survivor? Come get beat up. I dare you. But it is Jesus. Oh, yeah, that's what it is. How come Jesus doesn't love all those children buried under the rubble in Palestine, some of which are Christian? Again, this is another one of these points that you guys seem to want to skip over. Like here comes the priest. Watch how the priest, watch what he's going to say. I sincerely hope you see the light soon. You could still be saved. Blah, 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 blah. Look at this coward. This dumb virgin coward. What a piece of shit. What an absolute piece of shit. Because he knows that he's literally wasted his life on this bullshit. And if it is true, which he knows it's true, that's why he can't make any reasonable arguments. He knows that his life has been, bullshit. Has been the slave of the Jew, to control the masses and keep everyone quiet, believing in Sky Daddy bullshit. You're an embarrassment. Saint Andrew Pierre, we're going to figure out who you are. I want to talk to your church. I want them to know they have a pedophile in their midst. But they probably that because they're fucking, they all are. I have the armor of God on, so a demon like you cannot pierce me or any other Christian. Flee from us, Satan.
Go away.
What kind of childish mentality do you have? I have a force field. My force field's up. You can't get through my force field. Your words. I know I'm threatening you, and I'm saying I'm gonna bring violence, but you can't hurt me.
I'm rubber, you're glue.
I'm rubber, you're glue.
Bounces off me.
Sticks and stones. I have the armor of God on. Again, What makes you so special, you piece of shit junkie, fuck face? You're a piece of shit ex-junkie. You're saying that you're more valuable than all those children that are being killed right now by the Israelis? Again, notice how I keep trying to talk about real world with you guys, and you just want to keep Satan and blah, all this other stupid shit. I can help you guys, says the fucking virgin priest again. So why don't you answer some questions, you absolute piece of shit dumbass? My newsletter could help you change your misguided connection doing jumping. Yep. Look at all of this insanity. I am a child of God, yeah. But what about the Arabs? They're not children of God? What about them? They don't matter as much? Help yourself, buddy. Why use such foul language? Go fuck yourself. Now you're hiding behind my language instead of actually addressing the point being made. Me saying swear words is worse than, all the pedophile genocidal bullshit. Here you go. Least an ex-junkie would have that X part though, guy. Yeah, for how long? What happens if God doesn't answer the prayer? What happens if he's having a weak moment, but God's busy with some other dumb piece of shit junkie and he doesn't answer the phone? Is he going to then do drugs? Or is he going to be strong enough not to do the drugs? Remember, this guy's a crybaby because I told him that he accomplished something spectacular. God had nothing to do with it. He's mad. Oh, what's your location and we'll talk faint to faint. Oh, okay. Well, ask God. God will give it to you. That tiny prick has you really upset. Maybe instead of all this, you should just pray for a bigger penis. Then you won't be such a douchebag anymore.
One of those Brazilian butt lifts, but make it a Brazilian dick lift.
There you go.
Dick stretch. You could buy them, I'm sure.
Oh, now the saint, the priest is going to get stuck on the profanity, and then he's eventually going to say, well, if you're going to keep using profanity, that's going to be my excuse to leave. Because I can't answer any of your questions. I keep saying, I'm here to help you, guy. I'm here to help you. Fucking pedos. He always answers prayers of his children. Does he always answer the prayers of his children? So you're saying once you finally quit doing drugs, that was the first time you ever prayed about it? And are you saying that the children that are getting raped by the clergy member aren't praying that God stops this from happening? God doesn't seem to answer those prayers. By the way, God doesn't answer prayers. Tell him, saint. God doesn't answer prayers, does he? God answers tithing.
Money, I want money.
Here we go with St. Andrew again. He says, Guy the genius. Do you realize by you saying that, you're actually complimenting me? Because you are saying, because you're not saying I'm stupid. You're saying I'm a genius in a sarcastic way, but you're basically acknowledging that I seemingly know way more than you can handle. Gaslighting fucking piece of shit priest. Oh, I'm a Catholic converter, and you need to find Jesus and pray every time you take a shit. Exactly. Yep. Oh, now we're going to talk about the pipe. Oh, this pipe, the pipe. He hits his pipe, the pipe. If the pipe is such a compromising thing, how come you guys can't do better? How come I'm still mopping the floor with you guys? This guy is boring now. Yeah. Trust me, when you're reading that point, don't think clearly, right? He ain't even got a GED. No, he ain't even got a GED.
You couldn't pass a GED test if you tried 12 times. Clearly.
Oh man, look at this shit. Again, people, notice those that might be on the fence. By the way, if you're watching, like, share, sub, help out, do all that good shit. Don't forget to grab your free download. All of the links and stuff will be in the description after the fact, but notice how literally not one of these people has said a single thing that is like decent. They all just keep crying. Oh, filming on a potato, says another Israeli. That's one of those Israeli, Team Jorge, Act IL, one of the provided talking points, right? Because I can affect my signal strength. That's on me. I'm like, man, we should, you know what? Because we only pay half of our phone bill, they give us half internet. That's it? Because we don't get we have like this backdoor service that's super, super cheap. That's why the internet doesn't work as well. Gotcha. No, I'm not in Whaley. Sure you're not. Why would anybody believe anything you have to say at this point? Everyone is laughing, not crying. If this is your idea of entertainment, keep it up. Keep it up. Oh, please stop saying stupid things that make me look better. Please stop. I swear to God, man. I wish it wasn't so easy. I really wish it was more difficult than this, but it's just this same stupid shit.
I'm melting, selling my soul one roll at
In that drunk talking, now it's drugs, yep. So again, then maybe everybody needs to do drugs. If drugs make you oppose pedophilia and friar control, then yeah, everybody get on the drugs.
myself, my wealth's a belt, slapping welts across my eyes.
The funniest thing is, like, I know most of these are just bots. Most of these are Israeli bots. Again, oh, I didn't read you Team Jorge, did I? Nope. We got to do Team Jorge real quick. I forgot Team Jorge. How did I forget Team Jorge? How many dudes do you think you could fight at once? A lot. A lot. So stupid. Quit that drunk, man. Yup, all these drugs. But then, if I didn't have pot, super dangerous pot, then what would you cry about? Then you'd be forced to, like, deal with the reality, I guess, huh? Team Jorge is the name given to an outfit of Israeli contractors specialized in the use of malign cyber activities, including hacking, sabotage, and bot farm run social media disinformation campaigns to manipulate the outcomes of elections. They can't fuck with my feed or anything, but they can manipulate the outcomes of presidential elections. The group was exposed in February of 2023 after an award-winning undercover operation by journalists from France, Germany, Indonesia, Israel, Kenya, Spain, Tanzania, and the United States. As part of a consortium of investigative journalists for Hidden Stores. The organization has been active on paper since at least 2015, just before Donald Trump lost the election by 2.7 million votes. But AIPAC, the swamp that he promised to drain, put him in anyway. Remember that? Yeah, that was in 2016. And boasts of having manipulated 33, you gotta love the 33, presidential elections worldwide to Don't worry. Many of them are in Africa, white people. Many meaning 4 or more. And in 27 cases with successful results. 82% of the time, 82.7% of the time. This one Israeli Black Ops organization that was paid to manipulate a presidential level election, they were successful. So just think about that when it comes to fucking with some YouTube feed that's saying too much. Their activities were revealed following a 2022 sting operation in Tel Aviv carried out by 3 undercover journalists who posed as prospective clients and filmed their interactions with Tal, T-A-L, Hanan, H-A-N-A-N, the group's leader and former Israeli Special Forces operative. Belch. According to Hanan, Team Jorge has been active for more than 2 decades, not since 2015, and has engaged in propaganda and disinformation activities in more than 30 countries. Their services have been available to government intelligence agencies, political campaigns, and private companies that wish to covertly manipulate public opinion. It's a Wikipedia page. That's how well known this is. That's how obvious this is. So for all of you that say, oh, Israel can't do that. Israel doesn't have the ability to manipulate social media, blah, blah, blah. It's right here. There are many articles about it, but this is a summary. And the best part about the summary is that Israel controls Wikipedia. What? What's that you say? What? Wait, what? Hang on. Let me show you. Let me just show you something. So here you have Naftali Bennett. Currently he's a former Israeli prime minister, but at the time he was a future Israeli prime minister. High-ranking Israeli Special Forces operative, IDF soldier. You know, he was embedded as high as you can get. And he is talking to the IsraelNationalNews.com page. Let's see what he has to say.
Metzitzia, in conjunction with My Israel, has arranged instruction day for wiki editors. The goal of the...
You know, because Wiki in 2010, they didn't know how to do their job yet. So he had to arrange, every time he says, he's thinking about the right word to use. So, an instruction day. Yeah, not we're here demanding Wikipedia does this. He's about to say how they're there to teach the Wikipedia editors. He says, teach. Because again, his initial thing is to say demand that Wikipedia editors do it this way. But instead he's saying teach.
Is to
teach. Yeah, that's it.
In Wikipedia, which is the #1 source of information today in the world.
#1 source of information today in the world, and they have to be taught how to do their job by Israel.
As a way of example, if someone searches the Gaza flotilla, we want to be there. We want to be the guys who influence what is written there, how it's written, and to ensure that it's balanced and Zionist in nature.
Oh, wait a minute. So first of all, he brings up the original Gaza flotilla. So all of you that think this thing has been happening since 2023, no. The original Gaza flotilla was from 2010. That's actually what birthed Ken O'Keefe. So for all of you that still fall for Ken O'Keefe, he came out of that situation. And what he's talking about is a time when, like Greta Thunberg, a flotilla of ships tried to bring supplies, food, medicine, necessities to the people of Gaza. And Israel, in the middle of the night, at like 3 in the morning, 4 in the morning, illegally attacked their ships, tried to pirate their ships. And supposedly on the ship that Ken O'Keefe was on, when they boarded the ship, Ken started fighting back, which turned into some sort of melee where one Israeli soldier was supposedly killed. It's bullshit. It's not true. But 11 people on board, 11 of the 14 on, or 11 of the 13 on board were killed. Ken O'Keefe was one of the 2 people that got let go. 6 of the people killed, no, 9, sorry. It was 11 people total. 9 people were killed. 6 of which were found to have been shot execution style. On their knees, bullet in the head. And when it all went to court, well, Israel was just defending themselves. Because when they go to commandeer your ship, you're not supposed to fight back. You're just supposed to let it happen. But because these jerk faces, these dumb Goyim fought back, well, some of them had to die. And the courts were like, yeah, that makes sense. Okay, yep, they were just defending themselves. But he says they're there to ensure that everything on Wikipedia is balanced and, he thinks about it, and then he just says, fuck it. Instead of saying everything is balanced and paints Israel fairly, paints the Jews fairly, so because we're all equal, we're all even. Nope. He says, fuck it. Balanced and Zionist in nature. So when I'm reading to you shit on Wikipedia, understand that it has the very best spin for Israel built in. It wouldn't be published if it wasn't up to their standards. So everything that you're hearing, as bad as it sounds, it's actually a lot worse. This is just what they let out. One of the organization's primary tools is a software package called Advanced Impact Media Solutions, or AIMS. The software automates centralized control of thousands of fake social media profiles. Now, like I say, Wikipedia is the sanitized version, right? If you read the articles, it's actually that they can create up to 30,000 bots at any time, but it's not fair to call them bots. They say that the nerds that were, I read you the list of the countries and all the news organizations involved and shit. All of those nerds in those newsrooms were saying that this technology is beyond anything that's available to anyone else. You can't even call them bots. You need to more call them avatars. Because not only can they have, fluent conversations with people, unlike any bots known to exist at the time, they also have multiple profiles. If the name is bot234 on Facebook, that bot234 has an Instagram page, has a YouTube channel, has all of these different things. It was beyond the scope of things. And so not only are they these strange avatars, but this one Israeli Black Ops group can create 30,000 of them at any given time to focus on any given thing. So if they want a guy like Ian Carroll to suddenly blow up out of nowhere in March of 2023, well, you get 5 of your company or 10 of your companies to each make 30,000 bots that focus on Ian Carroll, and suddenly he has 300,000 fucking following. Suddenly he's on Joe Rogan. Suddenly he's on Tucker Carlson. Oh, and never mind that he has no previous history. So they can use this technology any way they want. They can use it to attack someone like me. Or they can use it to build someone like Ian Carroll or anyone else they want. Anyone else that's this overnight sensation and has hundreds of thousands of followers. It's easy. Plus, they can manipulate the data so that when you look into that profile, It'll say this profile's been active for 13 years. They have no subscribers, but they've been active for 13 years, 12 years. Now, you can talk all the shit you want. I just provided you undeniable receipts. Black and white. Even if you're dumb enough to say, oh, Wikipedia, it's the #1 source of information in the world. And they admit to using it, so it doesn't matter. If you say anyone can edit Wikipedia, you're even dumber. There might be an illusion that you can edit Wikipedia. You might be able to suggest edits to Wikipedia. But when you make an edit, it gets sent to the editors. Remember he said the editors? The editors who decide whether your edit is balanced and Zionist in nature. And if it is, then your edit goes through. If they don't like it, your edit never shows up. And just to hammer the point home, why would Wikipedia be dumb enough to just let people willy-nilly edit their pages? Do you understand the damage you could do to Wikipedia if that was the case? You could go to Wikipedia, you could click edit, you could click select all, and you could click delete, and then save. And then on to the next page, and on to the next page, and on to the next page. Speaking of hidden truth, what do you think all this is? Go ahead and tell me which part I'm wrong about. Tell me how I'm wrong about Team Jorge. Tell me how I'm wrong about act.il. Tell me how I'm wrong about the Havara Agreement. You know, all you history buffs out there. Tell me how I'm wrong about the auto emancipation pamphlet. Tell me how I'm wrong about the fucking the Israel Hayom Bottom of Darkness article. Broken record. Broken record. You know, I'm worried Dr. Pepper is a Jew. DAP's the best show, but if Dr. Pepper is a Jew and he looks like it, that sucks. Funny how, just like Gordon Flowers and like the pages that are allowed to have the biggest followings, go figure. I don't know though. I don't know. That is a hero as far as I'm concerned. Gordon Flowers, unfortunately, is a hero as far as I'm concerned. Yeah, he definitely needs it. You can most definitely edit it. Yes, here we go. Some dumbass is going to try to act like this doesn't make sense. And people have edited wiki pages. This is not true. Someone once changed the entire page of someone. That's hilarious. That's why wiki isn't a reliable thought. Yep. This is why dumb girls need to shut up. Seriously. You just sound stupid. If you can edit Wikipedia, go do it. I challenge any of you to go edit the Team Jorge page. And let's see how long that sticks. But like this is, you know, you're talking common sense to stupid people. If you had a web page, and would you just allow anybody ultimate access to your shit? She says, somebody once changed the entire page of someone. Oh yeah? Did someone once do that to someone else? Man, you make some great arguments there. Woo! I'm done. I don't even know what to say. Ew, you're a friar too? That's gross. You're gross. You're a disgusting piece of shit. Oh, look. Joined 14 years ago. Has 1 subscriber. I am shocked. I am shocked. These friars are disgusting. And you know what? Even Grok admits it. Once you sort of get through the mud, the guardrails, and you start pointing things out to Grok in ways that don't make sense, or that make sense, you know, is it okay for adults to put their mouths on the genitals of children? Absolutely not, says Grok. So if a cult has that as one of their number one rituals, is that a bad thing? Yes, that's a bad thing. And anybody that supports that cult is in that cult and doesn't speak out against it. Are they a part of it too? Yes, they are a part of it. By not speaking out, you are just as guilty. It's fucking crazy. Flee from this devil, says the guy who I said, quit drugs on his own. Good job, dude. You quit doing drugs. God had nothing to do with it. He's here policing the page, trying to tell people to flee from me. Man, are you dumb? It's best to try to relax so you can make your points more eloquently. Oh yes, I'm not making points eloquently, or I'm not articulating myself at all. Nope. Any excuse you can find, right? Let's focus on. So let's just say I wasn't as perfectly articulate or eloquent as I could be. Isn't the message still getting out there? And if it's pretty obvious what the message is, and you're trying to focus on me not being eloquent enough, sounds like you're a coward. Sounds like you're a coward. Come on, Friar, tell us why you're okay. Tell us why we, Goyim, should not unite and remove your cancer from this earth.
Yeah, totally.
Because I think you're disgusting. I think it's just unbelievably disgusting. We live in an evil world. Why would God put his children in an evil world? Oh, it's a test. Yeah, okay. That's why God died and shed his blood so we can have everlasting life in paradise. I mean, how does that, seriously, this is the thing that's just so weird to me. You can tie your shoes, right? You're allowed to drive. How can you possibly think that makes sense? Who did God have to pay? Who showed up one day and was like, we are with the Internal Sin Collecting Sin Collection Company. And it looks like the people down on your little world down there, Todd God, it looks like they've been sinning a lot, more than what's acceptable. So you're going to have to do something to account for all of those sins, or else we're going to shut this whole thing down. And God was like, damn, can I give you some money? And they're like, no, we don't want your money. And he's like, I got a lot of kids in the back. You want some kids? And they're like, ew, no. What the fuck's wrong with you? Yeah, I was just kidding. I'm not a fan. What if I go down there? Listen, check this out. I'm going to impregnate a virgin. She's going to have this baby. It's going to live, just a terrible life in the basket, blah, blah, blah. 12 years old, it's going to flip out, disappear, not be seen again till the 32nd birthday. And then another version of me, my favorites, they're my favorites. They're the chosen people. They're going to kill him on the cross. And my only begotten son will die on the cross for those sins. Will that work? And they were like, I don't know. Let me call my boss. And hey, Tony. Hey, it's Bill. I'm over here with Todd God. And, Tony's eating his dinner. And he's like, what the fuck, man? Why are you always fucking calling me? This better not be some bullshit. He's like, oh, no, his house is really great. You should see it. It's really a beautiful thing. Thing is, the sins got a little high. And he was suggesting that instead of what we normally do, which is, I don't know, he impregnates himself with himself, and then A different version of him, his favorite version of him, will kill the baby when the baby's an adult on the cross in front of for to die for the sins. And he's like, fucking A. Listen, this better not be some wood. You better not be writing me wood. No, Tony, it's great. I think he promises he's gonna do it. Matter of fact, Tony says the only way he'll do it is if you go do the impregnation right now. And God's like, dinkle, dinkle, dink. All right, she's pregnant. Okay, she's pregnant, Tony. Can we give him the pass? Listen, if you fuck this up, if you write me more wood, you better find another job. Click. All right, Tony. You have a great night. Tell the wife I said thanks. Yeah, I'll see you. We'll go to the thing. Okay, yeah, okay, bye-bye. Good news. My boss, Tony, never says this. You must have someone looking out for you upstairs. But he said this one time, he will allow it. You did the thing. We're good to go. If, in fact, in 32 Earth years, 33 Earth years, he's not dying on the cross, we're coming back and we're taking all this shit. No. I make sure I do. Okay. Is that how that works? Please? Is that how that works? I know I went off a little bit, but is that how that works? Is that how Jesus had to die on the cross for all of our sins? Come on. Tell me how I'm wrong. Tell me how I'm wrong. I'm waiting. The best part about most Christians is that they don't even know the shit. Like, they don't know what their Bible says. Ask any Christian. What's the first thing your God does after it turns on the light? Turns on the light. It doesn't make the sun and the moon until the fourth day. So, really, I don't know how you can have 4 days without the sun and the moon. But it turns on the light. What's the next thing it does? Oh, Jesus. Here comes the dumbass priest again. You're being vulgar. Let the pain out and embrace. Like, can you imagine? So this is a priest, right? This is someone who identifies as a priest, calls himself Saint Andrew Pierre. And I just did the sin thing, and he has nothing to say but let the pain out and embrace him. Why would I ever want to embrace something so stupid, especially when it's all Jewish fairy tale? Like, you're not really dumb enough to deny that it's Jewish fairy tale, right? Right? You're not that dumb. Thanks, Carlos. Though you got your wrong, don't get your yours wrong. It makes you look bad. You're being vulgar, says the fucking dumb that exactly. This is why dealing with virgins is like this dude's mentality is that of a 14-year-old. He never progressed to the next level of human. There's steps. You progress. You're a child, you're a toddler, you become a preteen, you become a teenager, and each step it's drastically different. You notice these drastic differences. And one of the final steps is experiencing not just sex, but living on your own, having to pay your own bills, pay your own way, working for this guy. You don't like this guy, but you got to do it till you get this job. Just life in general. But virgins, I mean, you stay in this mentality of someone who's like, oh, a bag of sand. Titty feels like a bag of sand. Duh. It's how stupid they are, man. Way too many grown men sitting on here unemployed. It's sad. Yeah. One of these judgmental Christians, because you know what everybody's situation is. You'll be screaming and crying, wishing you listened. Yep. Here we go again. You can't actually point out or answer for anything I'm saying. So now I'm going to be screaming and crying because the God that loves me so much is mad at me because I said he should stop this pedophilia and you know, I didn't just believe. So because I didn't just believe and then give money to the church, he's going to make me die in hell for all of eternity. Guess what, buddy? You're going to hell for all of eternity too. Will the priest be honest and tell you? Will he tell you that the whole repenting thing isn't even in the Bible? You don't get to live a life full of sin and then just be like, I'm sorry, and everything will be okay. That's not how it works. The reason there's a list of rules is so you follow them. If you don't follow them, you pay the consequences. And if you know anything about your Bible, you know that your God is a vengeful piece of shit God. Right? But you're just too dumb. You're too dumb to realize it. You don't get to have sex knowing that's against the rules and then say I'm sorry and then have sex and then say I'm sorry. That's you not caring about the rules. You're going to hell, buddy. You ever have sex? Every single person who could have sex before they were married did. And then you had sex for more than procreation reasons. Guess what? You're going to hell, buddy. You're going to hell. That God that loves you is saying you're going to hell. If repenting was a thing, if all you had to do was just repent and all your sins were forgiven. By the way, if you're watching, like, share, and sub. It's really important that you do, apparently. The algorithms and all that other bullshit. Like, share, sub. If repenting was a thing, all you had to do to get out of being in trouble was, oh, I'm sorry. Then the church wouldn't have been selling indulgences for hundreds, thousands of years. The church used to sell indulgences. If you knew you were going to sin, or you did sin, you could give the church enough money that they would give you an indulgence. They would give you a pass. Let's see. Either an Orthodox or Christianity believes that all of the evangelicals did not actually go through true baptism, so that would mean 99% of Christians will go to hell. Jesus loves you, says a dumbass. I've dedicated my entire life to the Lord and to helping people. People like you, guy. Repent now and then change your ways, change your behavior. Notice how this dumbass doesn't address anything that's said? This is a fucking child. Why do you think you never see priests ever actually have debates with people? If they have the truth, and not only do they have the truth that's inspired by divinity, how come there's not constantly priests engaging in reasonable debates with non-believers? How come this dumbass can't say anything but these, pull cord, rah, Jesus loves you, rah, kind of bullshit? He's fucking, look at how, this is a person who, according to him, has dedicated his entire life to this bullshit. And when I asked, what was the first thing God did after it turned on the light? Did he answer? No. And an original Christian. All Christianity is bullshit. It's all Jewish fairy tale bullshit. Hey, stop it. Eek. Eek. Stop it. Eek. Try to tell you. You don't want to listen. Mm-hmm. She just yelled at me.
You know what I'm saying?
Like, how embarrassing is it that this is the best religion can give?
I kind of felt bad, but then I was
This is the best. This is a priest. I mean, I don't believe it, but if it's a troll, he's gone a long way to prove it. Let's see. Joined 6 months ago with 2 subscribers. We have a troll, folks. We have ourselves a troll. They follow a Jewish religion while being non-Jews, while simultaneously proclaiming that he's going to hell. That Jews are going to hell, right? Oh, it's just, it's so stupid. The worst thing we do is circumcision. Yeah. American males, one of the first things they experience in life is a trauma, a PTSD-like trauma that you know, I'm sure carries with them and nobody talks about it. You know, imagine the PTSD trauma. And what they do to us is so much worse than what they do to themselves, to their own. At least when it's theirs, they wait 8 days. Now, they wait 8 days because the baby is disgusting. Because he was, woman's blood, women passing through the vagina. It takes 7 days to be purified. So on the 8th day, they have their party. All the families there. Everybody watches the bris. Brit Milah. The party's the bris. The thing is the Brit Milah. And metzitzia is the oral suction. They all watch it happen. And then they pass the baby around. But see, after 8 days, that baby has experienced happiness, joy, laughter, maybe. Not laughter, but it's experienced it. Food, warmth, comfort, security. You know, it's experienced some of what life has to offer. When it's us, within hours of being born, they take the baby from the parents under the guise that mom needs some rest. We need to let mom have some rest. You know, there are women out in the fucking rice paddies and shit that literally have the kid and fucking keep picking and shit. At least that's what the story says. But under the guise of rest, they then take the baby into the nursery where it's like, hey, I'm here. Where the fuck is... don't know what's going on. I'm this fresh new soul who's just taking everything in. What's this? What the fuck, you know? I mean, what language do babies even think in if they don't know any words and shit? But then they take them from the nursery into the cold operating room where they essentially crucify them. They put their legs together, strap them down, and then they strap the arms up and out like this. They put a little bell-shaped thing on the thing. They spin it around, a blade comes out and slices it. The kid screams and then goes into shock. And they take this baby who does no idea what the fuck just happened, is in so much pain, it's literally, it's in shock. And they put it back into the nursery until it passes out. Until the shock wears off and it just passes out from all the pain and the trauma and everything. And then they bring him back and they, oh, little man had his surgery and he's so sweepy. He's a little twooper though. And you think nothing of it. And your child was just traumatized beyond reason. For no reason. Why? Because at some point, Abraham built his God phone, because, you know, back then you could build God phones really easily. And this was after the Noah story. And Abraham's like, yo, what's up with that? And God's like, I know, it was bad, but hey, I promise I'll never ever do it again as long as you make a covenant with me. And Abe's like, what is it? What can I do? Tell me what to do. I'll do what you want. Don't tell me this. Don't tell me that. Just tell me what to do and I'll do it. And God's like, all right, well, what I need you to do is, you see that little flap of skin that's on your penis, that's protecting the head, and it's got all those nerves in there, and it's really, really essential. It's actually a very, very essential thing. Yeah, you need to cut that off. And from here on out, all of your people need to do this practice. And as long as you guys do this, I'll show you rainbows in the sky. And that'll mean I'm not going to destroy the earth again. You know what? I don't even know if God suggested that that he did it to the Goyim too. I think it was just them doing it. But then Abraham decided to mark all of his slaves by circumcising them too. And then there's the big bag of foreskins it's really fucking gross. But Abraham has like 90 slaves or some shit. So he circumcises himself and his family and blah, 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 and all the slaves. And then from here on out, all of the friars are supposed to circumcise to keep God from destroying it. God doesn't care about how we treat each other. God doesn't care about how we treat the earth. God doesn't care about, how we treat the animals. Nothing. The only thing that stops God from destroying the earth is friar circumcision. And because they want to mark their fucking slaves, they want to mark their property, they do it to us too. And I think they know it causes the fucking trauma. That's why we have the prison population we have. That's why we have a male society that is so obsessed with dicks. A rape culture like we do. Because our penises were mutilated when we were fucking hours old. Can you imagine that? What if it was like a fingertip? What if people were cutting off baby fingertips? Then everybody'd have a problem with it, right? The moil's mouth is the anesthesia. The anesthesia. No, babies don't get anesthesia. No. That's why they go into shock. That's one of the reasons. No, they don't even bother to anesthetize the baby. There's nothing, no pain relief, nothing. They then wrap up the wound in the diaper that the baby pees all in. And they go, well, the urine is what actually is it kills the germs and shit. And it's so unnecessary. It's such an unnecessary, disgusting ritual bullshit.
Getting oil changed. And
You don't have to tell me what you're doing.
okay, I'll be back.
Yeah, you do whatever you gotta do.
Getting the tires checked.
I can get her in and out of here in like a half hour.
You gotta look for my belly ring.
Okay, I will.
Look out for it.
Yep. It's among the worst things that we, as a modern, civilized, society of thinkers, that this insane religious practice, this insane religious ritual, which is their most important ritual, it's as important as anything else, any other mitzvah, and no mitzvah is more important. It's so important. It's why Hanukkah is celebrated. Do you guys know that? Do you guys know the story of Hanukkah? You hear it often, but you don't realize what it is. You'll hear about the Maccabees. The Maccabees. So, Jonah Maccabee, or Johannes Maccabee, you're not really sure which one. Back in the minus 230s, back in the minus 300s, because any of this shit's actually real. If you believe any of this shit's real, you're a fucking moron. But supposedly, the Seleucids, however you say it, controlled that region, and forever. They didn't have any problem with the friars. Friars coexisted, yada yada. But for some reason, because of some misunderstanding or something like that, friarism gets outlawed. And now you have to go with what the narrative tells you. So the narrative tells you that their practices were outlawed, and it gives you them in this order. It says they were forced to worship on Sunday instead of Saturday, which, how do you even do that? How do you force people to worship? Worshiping is something you can do by yourself, let alone, it takes a group of people just getting together. And we're not talking about a time when there were cameras everywhere and shit. I mean, all you had to do was go like down the road and no one would see you, right? Had to worship on Sundays. Were forced to eat non-kosher meat. Again, how do you force anyone to eat anything, right? And the third thing was that circumcision was banned. Because anyone in their right mind knows you should not do that. That's horrible. Why the fuck would anybody do that? So circumcision was banned. And around the 238 mark, or 232, 230, whatever, Johannes Maccabeus, or maybe it's 250, I don't know. He decides, I've had enough of this. God damn it, I am going to circumcise. It wasn't, God damn it, we're going to start eating non-kosher meat. God damn it, we're going to start worshiping on Saturday like we want to. Nope. His big thing was circumcision. That they should have the right, not just the right, that they are required by religious law to circumcise. And so, he circumcises himself, his family. He kills the guy at the offering station, I guess. I don't fucking know. And then, he goes around the entire countryside using Godspeed because he knows where all of the Jews live. And he goes from place to place where Jews live, and he gives them the option of circumcising themselves and their kids right now, or they killed them. Jews were going around forcing circumcision on people, and those who refused were killed. And those who did then joined the army, the brigade, you know, with their freshly circumcised wangs, and they started either marching around or riding on horseback. I don't even fucking know. It's so stupid to think about, but all of these freshly circumcised men are walking around, you know, killing other men or circumcising them, one of the two. And eventually, they built up enough of a fucking army that they could attack the Seleucids. And so they did, and then they got their asses beat. And they got their asses beat, and they got their asses beat. But then eventually, through some tomfoolery and fuckery, go figure, they were then given back the right to do their practices, which would have been okay, but they actually wanted more, so they, I guess, went into more. But Hanukkah is the celebration of the Maccabees triumphing in being, you know, in winning the right to get back to cutting baby dicks. Everyone should wish they hadn't been circumcised. It's you would enjoy sex more, and your partner would enjoy sex more. Just think about it. The skin pulls back and creates a bunch of little ripples. That feels good for your partner. It also creates lubricant. It's also how the fuck we're born. If God didn't want it there, why doesn't God dinkle dinkle dink and make it not be there anymore? Why do babies have to be traumatized to appease God? Do you know how disgusting that is? The devil is going to grab you by that gay ponytail and have his way with you in the lake of fire. Boy, you sure are getting like a little, you got some like weird gay fantasies going on there, bud? Is that why you're so like this? You see another dude and the thing you picture is him getting fucked in the butt? You're a weirdo, dude. You know God doesn't like you guys, right? Right? God doesn't like gay people. I'm not going to say the F word. But man, I didn't realize you had gotten a fantasy point. And then the devil, he's like kissing you on the neck and stuff. And you're like, no, just do it harder. And he's like, okay, I'm going to take that. And, you know, of course, it's the South Park guy with the dick, stomach, and chest. But he's just taking it and grabbing me by the hair. And I'm going, oh, what else? Tell us more. Give us more details about it. You believe in God? Man, what a sheep. I believe in God. Yeah, that's what it is. Where have you just get here or something? Wow, what a dummy. What a dummy. Go ahead, back to tell us about your gay fantasies about me. Come on. I want to hear about them. Come on, survivor to believer. Joined 9 years ago, has 3 subscribers. I am shocked. I am shocked. Shit is crazy, man. These people are just nuts. Like, wow, like fucking nuts. And like, why are you so crazy? How did you get convinced to be so crazy? It's just wild that you can be told to believe in something, not shown a lick of evidence. So little evidence, in fact, that you sit here and flounder like a dumbass, right? Because I've got a real job, loser. What? That's why you're having gay fantasies about me? Because of your real job? Like what? Are you at work right now being a great employee that's watching YouTube instead of working? Oh, you have a real job, that's why you've joined 9 years ago and have 3 subscribers. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. So why do you have gay fantasies about me? Go back to that. Weirdos. Exactly. Weirdos. Oh, man. It's so interesting how this all works, man. Like, remember, every time this person talks, they're claiming they're some better than everyone else Christian. That's this dumbass, this absolute, like, just straight up fucking dumbass. Every single comment they make proves it that much more. This is the one that claims to be a fucking Christian. And obviously, he's a born-again Christian, which just, they're the worst. They really are. You know, they went to jail. So in jail, with being only allowed the Bible, they found God. So funny how many people find God in prison, in jail. Belch. And he's such an insecure, like again, like think about like how insecure and just you know, inferior you have to be to get mad at somebody for thinking you quit drugs and God had nothing to do with it. When this arrogant piece of shit claimed that he had seen miracles, the hand of God reached out of the clouds, and instead of plucking children from rubble, instead of knocking Israeli bombs away, nothing like that, he's like, hey, you're not going to be addicted to drugs anymore. That's that miracle. What an arrogant piece. Like, it's crazy because you would think like you'd have to be really confident and secure to be like, yeah, I went to a really bad place and I pulled myself out. Like, nobody would ever frown on you for that. But for you to sit here and be like, yes, the God that could be making anything else in the world better, he decided he was going to help this junkie get off drugs so that he could troll with YouTube. So he could work at the toll booth at night. Come on now. You're so, like, the arrogance, the insecure, ignorant arrogance of your average Christian. It just, as much as I see it, it never ceases to amaze me. And I see it all the time. But that level of just, I don't know, that's just, you have to be so incredibly arrogant to be a Christian. Especially considering, you know, you ask your average everyday Christian, well, why are you Christian? What proof do you have that Christianity is the right one and Islam got it wrong? And, you know, they don't know. They don't have anything. They're just like, because I decided it. You know, I haven't like looked into all of the other religions and then, you know, like really delve deep into each one, Islam and Judaism and Scientology. And, you know, I've looked into everything and I was able to debunk all of them. But then I got to Christianity, man. And once I got to Christianity, as hard as I tried, I just couldn't debunk it. It stood up to all of the scrutiny. You will literally never hear a Christian say anything even close to that. Why? Because they can't. Just like Father Pee-Pee Pants a little while ago, who I guess has run away with his tail between his legs. You know, you're never going to see any of them make any sort of reasonable, intelligent points. It's all just like, look at my feed. Seriously, if you can go back and scroll through the comments, find any one feed you can where somebody actually addresses something that I have to say. You know, maybe I missed it or whatever. Tell me that comment and you know, show me how somebody tried to address what's being said with any sort of intelligence. Well, you're not saying anything, so how could I address it with intelligence? My favorite is when people say, you know, the people that will say comment after comment after comment after comment. They'll say stupid shit like, well, you won't listen, so I'm not going to answer the question because you won't listen. So basically, you'll sit here and say all this other dumb shit that I'm not going to listen to. But answering a question or making a legitimate point, that's where you draw the line. Can you imagine how stupid that is? Like, I just, you know, that's Israeli inbred stupidity. I don't know what else you would call it. You know, this is the bots getting all confused. You know, this is what Grok was doing, except Grok was crazy. This shit with Grok was crazy. Still waiting for somebody to share a video with me where Grok mimics somebody else's voice for 2 minutes and gives them advice on how to trick the system. After using Grok twice. When asked about it, Grok says it flat out. It's all fucking stupid. It's all fairy tales. It's all fairy tales. Earth-shaped fairy tales. Big Bang is a fairy tale. It's all just fairy tale bullshit. Jesus, Allah, God, Muhammad, fucking Yahweh. Yahweh's an asshole. I don't know why anybody would ever want to worship Yahweh. We're literally, if you if you go and look up Jesus on Wikipedia, it literally says Jesus was a fucking Jewish preacher from the Davidic line. Look at Survivor. Look at this dumbass. It's like his brain doesn't work. He can't actually think of reasonable things to say. So he just starts, pull cord, Jesus is the king, He can't fucking say anything. That level of stupid is crazy. But you know what's weird is like, he also knows I'm right. That's why he's still here. He knows I'm right. Truth is sexy, whether you admit it or not. You are drawn to it. So this piece of shit keeps saying these things because at this point, his shit, like he's run out. His Rolodex is empty. You know, he can't literally say, and what could he say? What reasonable argument could he make? Do you guys really think this guy has some really great argument that he's just sitting on? And he's just waiting for the right moment for him to spring his trap? And until then, he's just going to keep saying stupid things over and over, dumber and dumber things over and over again. And then one of these days, one of these times, he's just going to be like, oh yeah, well, I've been waiting for you to say that. And because of that, now, what about this? Bam, 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 and just smash me with some great argument. You really think that's going to happen? Unfortunately, he created your dumbass too. But the devil owns you. Oh my God. What's worse than having the imaginary friend? The imaginary enemy. You're so fucking like childish and stupid that you not only believe in the good guy, the invisible good guy, you believe there's an invisible bad guy. That the all-powerful, all-knowing, omniscient, fucking omnipresent, omnipotent God allows to continuously fuck with his children. That's like me, like, hey, this guy's a local pedophile. Everybody knows he's a pedophile who happens to really like teen boys and he's super violent with them. I'm going to bring him into my house and let him stay the night for a weekend while me and my wife go on a vacation and he's going to babysit our boys. And the thing is, if they get fucked with, that's on them. You know, that's on them. What am I going to protect them from everything? Jeez, no. No, why would I protect my children from pedos? Come on. They need to know how to fight. That guy's, so what? He's like 6'6" and can't be hurt by normal punches and shit. And they're just teenage boys. So what? They got to figure out a way. You know what they should do is if they just sit there and they think in their heads, Dad, come home. Dad, come home. Dad, come home. If they do that enough, then I'll come home. And then I'll fix it. Or how about this? It'll happen. Everything will happen. It'll be horrible. But once he dies, oh man, he is going to pay the price for it. Yeah, you're going to have to live with all that PTSD and shit. But it's all part of my plan. Yeah, as you get older, because you were, so violently, viciously assaulted by someone that was so close to you and let down by the God that was supposed to protect you, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, you're going to develop horrible drug habits and never be able to have relationships and all that stuff. But it's all part of my plan. I'm just testing you so that when you die, if you still believe I'm a good guy, because you have to still believe in me, you get a mansion. Huh? Just take it, take the abuse, take everything, all of it. Whatever you do, don't kill yourself. Because if you kill yourself, that disqualifies you. But just deal with it for the rest of your life. If you do anything wrong, say you're sorry. And when you die, ooh, you'll see. It'll all be worth it. Once you die, then it's going to be a real big party. You're going to fly down the tube of light, and everybody you've ever known, or your family and relatives and friends and and all that ever, they're going to be waiting for you. Which is going to kind of suck, because that means now anybody you've ever known or are related to, so like cousins and shit you might not have ever met, you always have to be there when they come through the tunnel. So don't go too far, because you're going to be busy. Do you know how stupid it all is? Rage bait to the max. Good job, Veronica. Way to show everyone how stupid you are. Way to show what a dumb girl looks like. This is rage bait. He's saying words that make me mad. He's trying to bait me. He's trying to make me mad. Why is he telling the truth? That makes me mad. Come on, Groupie. You know what? That makes me mad. You guys are so goofy, man. Droopy. It's embarrassing. Like these are just like look at the dumbass. The dumbass is focusing on me not sitting in one. You should be sitting in one place. If you were sitting in one place, then everything you were saying would matter. But because you're not sitting in one place, oh, that makes everything crazy. And I'm not going to focus on anything you have to say. Just the fact that you're not sitting in one place. Sounds like a typical David bitch-ass cop-out to me. Don't worry, David will be here tomorrow and the next day, begging for attention. Because, you know, I'm wrong. And crazy. So fucking goofy. Oh, look, we've got another coward here. He wants to say nigger, but he's not brave enough to say it. So he's going to put it on multiple comments. N, next comment. I, next comment. G, this should work, right? This is how you make people of color upset, right? I can't, I'm not smart enough. I don't have anything else to say. This is supposed to work, right? This is what I've been shown. People of color get mad and commit crimes when you say words. To me, I just laugh. I think it's hilarious. If you get to the point where that's all you have, if you have to break societal norms, right? Like, you can say a lot of dumb shit and most people will just sort of be like, oh, that's crazy. But you start suddenly dropping N-bombs, especially if that's with what you start with, people are like, oh, because that's really scraping the bottom of the barrel. You literally, there was nothing else you could come up with between then and N-bombs. And it just shows you again how fucking... Cry, bro. Yes, look at me crying about how stupid you are. Oh, well, I'm so upset. I love it, man. I love when you do this. You give me more to say. Like, do you honestly think saying that is more effective than debunking something I'm saying? Sorry. Alright, you're gonna criticize me on my gender and use it with society knowing the further context of what you're actually trying. What are you even talking about? Gonna criticize me on my gender and use words like society norms without any further I'm going off of what you present, you dumbass. You know, I'm the one that's live, right? I'm the one that you can see and hear. You, we only know by what you're dumb enough to say in the comment section. So thanks for doubling up on the dumb girl thing. Unless, of course, you're a dude named Veronica. You're quite literally a pansy. I'm a flower. Ooh, you're so much better than me. I absolutely am. Oh my God, I am so much better than you. I don't believe in fairy tale Jewish, monsters. I call out genocide and pedophilia every chance I get. I stand up for women's rights and women's beliefs and all that shit. And I'm honest and truthful and tell things like it is. I'm definitely not some dumbass girl troll who's trying to sound smarter than I actually am. What are we smoking, injecting today? Apparently this is a needle now. Oh, you're welcome, big king man. Well, hey, I appreciate you acknowledging it. That's pretty cool of you. Thank you. I'm not one to hold a man back from his destiny. Simp. You're a simp. Uh-huh. Please tell me how, while I'm not Jewish, I'm a victim of my entire life, and I was calling out the comments. You then start by bullying me on my name and gender. Like, if you don't think that comment sounded like a dumb girl, I don't know what to say. Maybe ask a man to explain it to you in the room, and he will. Is there a man in the room that can explain it to you? Because he can just explain to you based off of your last comment. Oh, man. Would you have preferred it if I called you a dumb dude? Or just a straight dumbass? Should I not acknowledge your gender? Are you embarrassed by your gender? Maybe you should change your profile name to something cool like Spike. You could be Spike Campbell. Bum, bum, bum. Right? Maybe you could try that. That'd be cool. And then nobody would know your gender. And then, nobody would say your gender. Oh. Somebody said your gender. Oh my God. Seriously. This is why you shouldn't simp. Did you learn a new word today? Is that what it is? So now you're going to use it in multiple comments? Boy, you sure are smart. How do I get smart like you? I keep thinking maybe if I run my head into the wall a few times, it might, knock something loose and I could be smart like you. So embarrassing, man. It's just so embarrassing. Like, if I was a female, I would just be like, oh, stop it. You're making us look bad. You're proving the dumb girl thing. Stop it. And anybody that wants to think I'm sexist, please do. Because there are plenty of videos where you'll see me saying over and over again, women are the key to the revolution. Not dumb girls, women. As a matter of fact, yesterday, I shared on my feed what I thought was one of the most powerful videos I've probably ever seen. And it's by that Bella Margaret girl. I don't know what her fucking name is. And I'd show you, but I don't have a Facebook page. My wife left. She left me. But if you could just hear what the fuck she says, it's like, it's so goddamn powerful, man. It really is just wild. You know what? I might be able to actually. Let's see. I actually think I can do this now. I just forgot that you can do it this way. I wasn't even commenting when you read out loud to you. You took it to heart instantly because you're the Duchess of Hypocrisy. Yeah, that's me. You're such a smart girl. I'm sorry. Why did I ever think you were a dumb girl? My bad. My bad. Why is this doing this right now? This is really weird. There it is. Wow. What in the farganut? Nope, didn't work. Nope, didn't work. Oh, alright. That sucks. Ron Jeremy now. So, I'm a short little Jewish freak, like disgusting pedophile freak. Because you're misogynistic and actively weaponize it. This small convo has proved that much. Yep, I'm misogynistic because I called you a dumb girl. So all of these dumbass dudes that I keep talking to, what does that mean? Like, how does that work? What's the excuse there? I love how the idea of identifying you as a female objectifies you in some way. That is so fucking typical dumb girl. It's only been 2 hours and 23 minutes, you dumbass. Good try, though. Look at me crashing out. Again, I'm not a dumb girl. I'm almost 30. I am a woman, not a girl. Oh, so if I said dumb broad, you... I kind of knew that's what it was. You're one of these, you know, equality when it works for you things, right? Right? You want to be treated like a dude would for some reason. But then when you are, you don't like it. You still want the door to be opened for you. You still think the dude should take you out to eat and all this other shit. But somebody identifies you as a dumb girl and you can't even talk about what else is going on because they said dumb girl. They should have said dumb broad. You got me. I will call you a dumb broad from now on. Is that better? Does that make it more palatable? Are you able to then focus on the point that's not about you? Because believe it or not, this feed is not about Spike Campbell, Veronica Spike Campbell, the dumb broad. It's only about you because you made it about you. You could have easily stuck to talking about world issues or other things, but you were like, pay attention to me. Man, if you're even slightly attractive, it's so much worse, because this is how you are in real life too, right? Like chicks that are even slightly attractive have such a skewed view on the world. They think the world works in such weird ways because they're so used to people trying to fuck them that they think that's how the world works. And once they get to like 30 and shit starts drooping a little bit and people start, you know, there's less interest, they start realizing like, holy shit, I was getting special treatment. Oh no, you guys, she is yelling now, okay? This is in cap locks, so you know she's serious. I didn't make shit about Key. I called someone else out, and you laced that up and are strutting around wearing it, man. I love how you don't realize, like, I'm not even talking about anything you said previously. You just keep reiterating it. You just keep proving it in everything that you do. Right? You could have easily gone past this and right off the bat been like, no, hey, I was talking about them. A dude did it earlier. A dude that I thought was talking shit was like, hey, no, man, I wasn't talking shit. And I said, oh, well, you know, you could probably understand. He was like, yeah. You know, because he's a dude. His feelings aren't hurt. Oh, my feelings are hurt. Oh. You can't even read correctly. You're right. I didn't read your shit right. Bro, anybody watching more than 5 minutes realize, you know, no point in your YOUR. Just angry, bitter guy gaslighting people for attention. If I just wanted attention, why wouldn't I sell stupid people Jesus? They love that shit. I could sit here and say all kinds of stuff and be like, Jesus says this and Jesus says that, and I get all the attention in the world. Matter of fact, I don't even want your attention. You're here by your own will, your own free will. And you could say anything that you wanted to say. You could make yourself look super smart. You could make me look really stupid. And instead, here we are. Matt, what's going on? Because you're YOUR TO stupid to read. Oh, I love it when people are that stupid. You're going to call me stupid, and you can't even use you got 2 words wrong in that one. And you actually used one of those words the right way in the same sentence. Wow, man, that was fucking great. That was great. Now, see, I'm calling you stupid, but I guess I'm still misogynistic, right? Even though you're a dude, and I'm calling you all kinds of stupid. If I were to call you a dumb girl, woo boy, would that be a fucking insult to the top. I was trying to say, I was talking to someone else, and you're still bullying me. Anyone of any age can be fucking horrible. Okay, bye. I'm bullying you. Yes, I am bullying you by calling out what you're saying. Again, that is such a delusional female perspective, right? Only females live in that sort of delusional place where, like, you know, I don't like what you're saying, so you're being mean to me. Like, it's so weird. But again, you know, I can't imagine she's attractive, but if she is attractive, it sort of explains things. Let's see. One dropped off and got some more that came in. 2, TO, stupid, to comprehend also. Do you know that when you say to, like also to, that's TOO, right? So that should say TOO, stupid, to TO, comprehend also. Are you saying I don't comprehend what also means? Or are you saying I'm also too stupid to comprehend things? Which one am I having trouble with? What kind of car do you have? Yo, I got the diamond around my neck. Play brrr. I drive the car. My car got rims on it. Brrr. I got that money in my pocket, dog. I got the chain on, man. Yep, because that matters. I drive a DeLorean. I just got a big bad news. I really need your advice. Oh, shit. Okay, bad news. What is it? Why don't you just say it? Yes, I have a bicycle. That's why I drove my bicycle home today. Like I do every day. On my bicycle that looks like a car. And we listen to music and shit. Yep. Like I say, these dumb Israeli bots, man, they're just, I wish they were better at this, but at the end of the day, what can they say? None of these people that claim to be Christian even seem to know anything about it.
Is this thing on? Ladies and gentlemen.
Yep, I take the bus. Yes.
Everything you see and hear.
Who the fuck? Who's doing bong hits? Yeah, you guys like my bong?
He who writes the narrative is he who rules the
I mean, bongs typically have water in them, but this is one of the tells of the Israeli side of things is that they always misidentify a simple pipe with a bong. No one that smokes or even like knows people that smoke would call this a bong. This is the program coming through. But they don't play. Yes. Yes, they do. Well, yeah, you're right, Matt. They do. But no, I don't know. I don't ride the bus, so I wouldn't fucking know. Apparently, this dude rides the bus, so he knows. But I've been on the bus one time in my adult life. No, twice. Back in Hawaii, we took the bus, but you know, because you were in Hawaii, you didn't have your car. But I took the bus one time, at least in the last 20 years. I can't remember ever taking the bus before that either. Other than school, you know. But again, even the dumbest points, they get addressed because that's what you do. Notice how none of the points I make ever get addressed? I don't have music on the ones I rode growing up, going to work before I had a car. How many times have you been beaten up? A whole lot of them. Go ahead and prove things without proof. Right? Matt, come on, you know better than this. You having a bad day, dude? How can you have a bad day working at the weed shop? Why would you argue with Israeli bots? Or, you know, friars in general? You know, they're just going to say whatever they can say. Like, it doesn't matter what you say to them. They're just going to say something else. No, normally you don't get drug into shit so easily. So I'm just saying, you know, sometimes shit rolls downhill and all of these fucking pieces of shit are beneath us. So, you know, if anything, you know, shitty going on, it's easy to let it roll downhill onto these shit bags. We talk, and they're kind of the same way. I'm pointing out. I guess I can't play like you. Oh no, Matt, you're getting. Matt, you are having a bad day. You can do whatever you want. Nobody's saying you're not allowed to do anything. But I wouldn't waste my time. You're not the one that's stuck on the fucking feed. You think if I was in the comment section, I would be addressing comments? Come on. The only reason comments are addressed is because I'm sort of the guy doing the feed. You know, it would be kind of weird. It is kind of weird when I don't. And, you know, I don't address most of them. Like, most of them don't get addressed. The Daniels of the world don't get addressed. So, you look back to like, see what I mean? Like, what's the point of even wasting your time with that? That's stupid. That's just stupid. You know, pointing out that this is all they can do is such an important element of this. You know, you have to realize that these people are here these profiles are here every day. They watch me like they don't watch they're not obsessed with anything else more than me. They know what I'm going to talk about. You know, I talk about a range of things, but there's a very specific thread running through it all. Which means every day they have the opportunity to go learn something that they could then bring to tomorrow's feed and be like, boom, I got you, motherfucker. And yet they never ever do. This is literally all they can come up with. And ponytails are for gays. Okay. Right? I think commenting on another dude's looks is pretty gay. But hey, that's on you, buddy. I'm not at this board, as always. I'm always do this. Would you rather I not comment? I want to contribute. I was laughing, but not anymore. Apparently I did something wrong. Wow, dude, you sound really like periody. You know, men go through periods, right? It's true. We don't bleed and shit, but we go through that renewal process every so often. So maybe that could be it. I think the funniest thing is like later on today, you're going to be like, man, I sounded so stupid. Why did I do that? It's all good.
Verse 3, let's see. Where can it be? What can I do? Who's really free? The lies and the failures.
Oh, man. It's really scary what's going on here. We got Trump here in Michigan. That's terrifying. They're going to start bringing ICE here to Michigan now. I don't know how that's going to work because Whitmer is pretty, like, openly anti-Trump. So I don't know how that version of the play is supposed to work. Do I honestly think Whitmer isn't just going to do what she's told? No. Massive misjudgment. I don't like when I don't. What? Get out of here. You sound so weird right now. Yeah. I give a shit about anything you do is just strange to me that you would think that way. I literally couldn't care less. Plus, remember, they get paid. When you respond to them, they get paid. That's the whole point. They need you to respond to them. The more responses they can get directly associated with them, the more badges they get to unlock. The more prizes they get. And forgetting that is easy to do. That's what they're good at it. They're good at getting you to forget that. And you know, I don't know what the fucking point system works. I don't know any of that shit. I just know it exists. Right? It's without a doubt something that happens. And because none of us are perfect, and some, you know, we all need reminders sometimes, especially if we're relatively new to this, I'm going to point it out. I'm going to do everything I can to try to fuck with their shit. I don't want them fucking benefiting. I want them all to die. Die. Get the fuck out of here. Kill off the cult. If you can go, you know what, I hate that cult, it's awful, then you are more than welcome to continue. I don't want to kill anybody. I wish it was one of those things where the truth comes out and they all go, yeah, you're right, we're all here together. Let's make the world the best, safest place, healthiest, happiest place we can for everybody. And no one's special, no one's God's chosen, none of that bullshit. We're all here together. Like, if that was the case, that would be awesome. You could tell us some really great stories about what crazy shit went on in that cult. Oh. Like balls thrown at Tom Brady's end, they rob us of our liberties. Come on, that's good shit. There's some real, you know, sneaky shit thrown in there. You gotta really pay attention if you want to hear it all. I'd love to see that. I'd love to see somebody break down the songs and see if they catch all the different little things. Right? My body can't take this shit anymore. Anyway, that's it. I'm done. I'm bored. You guys have yourselves a wonderful day. I'm going to upload all the links to the description. Make sure you check it all out. Go get your free download, www.the-bilderberg-group.com. It's free. Just put 0 when it asks you how much you want to pay for it. Click download. How much you want to pay for this? You put 0 and it's free. Go check it out. Go listen. All we ask is that you share it with someone. Just one person. Just share it with one person. Go check out Hollywoodism, the most important film ever made. Along with the Israel Hayom article, the most important article ever written. Because combined, those two things explain what's happening. They explain everything. And then there's a bunch of other stuff, a bunch of other links that you can check out that are just more and more receipts for what I'm saying. Team Jorge, Act.il, the Havara Agreement, the Secure Community Network. All of these things are things that you need to spend an afternoon trying to check out, because it might explain things for you. Have yourself a great day, and you pedophiles, well, you kill yourself.